cute. I love the fabrics.
So Jane and I were late one night, weren't we? Going, we could use some more fabric. Not
It's
what
all
there
very
is.
well selling all this fabric, but we need something to make with.
Well, this is the thing,
Yeah.
isn't it? So, we needed fabric for a show. And then, I'm not going to lie, we found the panel first.
We did. Let's see the panel. Oh, it's so cute.
And then we realised that we only had enough panels to really sell just as a panel. And Jane went, well, I'll make a quilt then as well. This is the panel.
This is gorgeous. I mean, this is just slap a bit of backing on it, go around the stripes, and you've got a lovely ready-made quilt.
Done. You've got a narwhal. I'm all narwhaled up.
He's got earmuffs on.
He's got earmuffs. You've got a polar bear with skates and a scarf. Oh, bobbly hat. Oh, it just...
It's so cute.
Should we go overhead so we can see it overhead, Jean? Bit of sneeze. Oh, bless you. Check these guys out.
Excuse me.
I haven't gone overhead. Look, Jane. Oh, maybe I have. Oh, bless
That's a
you.
proper one there.
Oh,
Sorry about
I
that.
know what's happened. Hang on. I'm going to leave you to show everybody that while I go and change out the cables from yesterday's
Oh dear.
Zoom. I've got to remember which way round does what, Jane.
Oh gosh.
I know. Sorry, everybody. Yes, so...
It's beautiful. It's a lovely, like, minty teal blue with it. This fabric in the borders is different from the fabrics in the collection, which I think is rather lovely.
Yeah, you can't
Because
get it in the collection, can you?
It gives you a lovely variety of fabrics.
We are on an overhead, Jane, but I've got to go into the admin panel and do stuff. Bear with me. I'll get there eventually.
We'll get there.
So we've got this. We've kind of got this fabric, haven't we?
We've got a pale version of this, so it's cream with the minty bit. It's called Ocean Echo, this fabric. That's the one. I've used that in my log cabin stripes. You can't even see it really. It's it's a lovely pale colour.
I might have just done it, Jane. I don't know if I have. I might have. I don't know.
Yeah, we're limited on numbers on the panel. We haven't got very many. And we decided, didn't we, that if I took one to make a sample, there'd be even less. So that would be...
There! I've done it! I pressed the right button. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, honestly, you have no idea. Just completely. Our system that means that we can broadcast simultaneously to Facebook, to YouTube. It's quite a technical one, and for years we were scared of it, weren't we?
Yes.
Like ridiculously scared of it,
Yeah.
and we didn't dare touch it. We didn't even dare turn it off in case it had a hissy fit and didn't like us anymore, and we were told not to.
Yes.
And then the guy that set our entire TV system up, who used to do shopping channel TV systems, and he set us all up and got us all sorted, he then moved jobs and went away, so we couldn't get a hold of him. And then we had another company come in and try and do it. They had no clue.
Oh gosh.
And then Josh came along and went, can't be that hard. Ping! And it all worked. We're like,
amazing.
but no one's allowed to touch it. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Don't change anything.
So now if he's not here, he'll just say, go into the pearl and do this, this and this and this. And I'm like, oh. But it works, and it's not as scary as I thought. So this is the panel, and I've just done it, as shown. This is the panel. It is incredibly gorgeous. We only have 8 of these, Jane.
It's a 36-inch by width of fabric, 42. It's just super cute.
I think I need one.
You could do a simple cross-hatch through the whole thing. You could do a little bit of quilting around the shapes and then simply line through the borders. It's just such a simple, quick make. If you've got a baby shower coming up,
It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
or a winter baby, this would be perfect, wouldn't it?
Gorgeous.
It's so cute.
Gorgeous,
Lovely.
Jane. Gorgeous,
It is
gorgeous.
lovely.
Right, now, today's quilt, however... What can we do with today's quilt?
It's
Could we use this? I was going to say, could we do borders with this? But
you could add borders with it.
I'm just thinking about this. Could we add those sort of borders to that? But then I've just looked and realised, shut up, Natasha, you're talking rubbish.
It would make it really big.
It would make it massive.
Yeah.
Yes, I now. That's why I'm saying, shut up, Natasha. I love this because you've echoed the icebergs and the mountains
Yes.
that were in the original fabrics.
I took
Should we have a look
inspiration
at
from the
these?
panel? Yeah.
Let's have a look at these fabrics because they are absolutely gorgeous. We are limited on kits. Because we're only buying for the one show, it has to come in, go out, wash its face, and then be done because we're not going to move this.
No.
So we've taken quite a lot off the price.
This is
These
my favourite.
I know. These should be over £9 a half metre. We have not charged that,
No.
Jane, at all.
Crazy price.
Because it's art gallery fabrics.
I think
and
we need
they're
a close
beautiful.
up, don't we, of this? Because
This-
it's just too cute.
I'm going to move myself out of the way.
This is
I'm
called
going to move myself into the shot. There
This
you
is
go.
called Cozy Bears.
Oh, they're just delightful.
They've got hats and sweaters on.
Jane, we don't normally do pale fabrics like this because they're hard to show
they're
up on the
hard to
screens.
show, but
But
they've got like this teal blue nose and eyes
and pink cheek.
and little pink cheeks, and they're wearing cable knit sweaters.
We love them.
It's called Cozy Bears, and little bobble hats. It's just adorable.
We've got a tiny bit cut to order, but mainly it is the kit. And if you are buying I'm keeping it on a close-up, Jane, so we can show the
Yeah,
next
I'm
one
going
as
to show
well.
the next one.
Um,
This is lovely.
If you are buying the panel,
Yes.
then you might want to buy this kit so that you can extend it and do things around the edge.
Yeah, you could make some simple borders if you wanted to.
Or make some cushions to go with or something. This has got narwhals in, pairs of narwhals. This makes me very happy.
This is called Arctic Friends, I think, or something like that. It's got all of the polar bears, the narwhals, the walruses, the seals, the penguins, orcas on there. It's just gorgeous.
If you have children, 11 years or
I was
younger,
just going
Jane,
to say that love sea creatures and
the most beautiful book that you could buy is called the Last Bear, and then the sequel is Finding Bear, and they are the most beautiful. I think it's Hannah Gould wrote them. They are the most beautiful, beautiful books. Absolutely gorgeous, and these fabrics kind of remind me of them.
yeah.
So if you have, I would be thrilled with this quilt. To be honest, I don't care how old you are.
No, well, it's not a childish quilt,
No.
is it?
It's wintry
It is.
rather than.
But if you've got a blue teal colour scheme, it would go in the
Yes.
bedroom
Yes.
or
Anyway, over
thrown
the
over the back
sofa.
of the sofa.
This is my favourite. This is one of
Natasha
my
and I
favourites.
think this is what made Natasha and I buy the collection. Actually, can you see that? It's
like a polar bear in a
it's
snowstorm.
called Frosty Gaze. And
It's just
the
his
colour
nose, eyes and ears.
faces. It's just his face.
Isn't it gorgeous?
It's
You know
just
whose
lovely.
face that reminds me of, Jane? You know Thor, our rescue dog.
Yes.
Doesn't it just remind you of his
Yeah.
beautiful face?
Look at that face there. That one's just like.
I mean, I know they'd rip your head off, but I do kind of want to.
I said this the other day to Glenn. I said, why is it in nature all the animals that you want to run up to and bury your face in their necks are the ones that would eat you alive?
I know.
Lions, tigers, bears,
Oh my.
polar bears, all of those, wolves, all
Yeah, they
of
don't do
those
it.
creatures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the penguins. The penguins have got hats and scarves on, and they're holding hands.
Happy Feet is one of my favourite movies of
I
all time.
love Happy Feet.
I don't care how old you are.
Have you
have
seen
to love
the
a bit of
Pebble
Happy-
as well? That's another animated one about penguins. Because there's one penguin, one breed of penguin that gives pebbles, brightly coloured pebbles, to their partner as part of their courtship.
Oh.
It's lovely. It's a lovely film.
I mean, a diamond would do.
Yeah,
It's got all the colours.
yeah.
Not fussy. But, yeah.
It's just so cute.
I love it. It's like the March of the Penguins, isn't it,
It
in
is.
fabric form?
Yeah.
And then this one,
This is a lovely, calm. It's called Ocean Echo, And at first it looks a little bit like fingerprints, but then when you look at it you can see it's like the ripple and it goes out. But in a checkerboard sort of...
When we said it, because we both said it looks like fingerprints, and it just made me think that every snowflake they say is different. A bit like fingerprints.
Absolutely, yeah.
Although how they know that, I don't know. Have they gone through every single
They must have gone
snowflake?
through every one. There must be some scientific way that snowflakes form that make them unique. I love this sort of like minty blue colour.
It's the same as our chambray mint.
Yes.
Which we were very excited about.
Beautifully with it.
There's something restful and calm about it, isn't there?
It is. And then I added our plain teal, because that matches the noses on the bears.
The noses.
And then we've used this one. You get a 1/2 metre of each of the print fabrics and 3/4 of the plain and the chambray. And then this is called Winter Bound.
I wasn't going to get this, but
I
Jane
love
likes a
stripy
stripy binding. So I wasn't going to get it, and Jane said, but I like a stripy binding. So that went in the basket.
It's got the penguins and the stars and the polar bears. Now, when I got the fabric, the stripe actually goes through the width of fabric. So if I did want a stripy binding, it would have only had half.
So what did you do, Jane?
So what I've done is I've cut a metre piece and then I've cut it along the fold so that you get what we call a fat 1/2 metre.
Gemma was saying this because we were saying how many we could make out of this morning, and Gemma's like, but of course you've got the fat half, and it took me a moment to like work out what a fat half was.
Yeah.
It's like fat quarter. Okay, it's done like that. And then it took me another minute to realise why you've done it.
Yes.
And
That's
is why.
so I can get the stripe. Cut my 2.5 inch width strips for my binding across.
Just for you. She's done it for you.
So that you can get stripy binding.
All in the name of a stripy binding, Jane.
Just ridiculous.
All in the name of a stripy binding. So these are today's fabrics. They are rather glorious. When they're gone, they're gone. We can't get them again. That is it.
I mean, if you don't want to make the quilt behind us, you've got a beautiful selection of fabric, 1/2 metres of each print.
Yeah, and then buy the panel and
the
do your own thing.
Make your own. Do it yourself. Yeah, try it yourself. That's what Art Attack man used to say.
Neil Buchanan.
Neil, that's him.
Jane, I was rummaging this morning down in the warehouse.
Oh yes, we keep coming across boxes, don't we? With
you know why? Because you know where we put the boxes of orders before we pack them?
Yes.
We block that entire bottom row of the warehouse shelving.
Yeah, we do. That's true.
And so we never actually look at what's in those boxes in there.
No, that's very true.
Which turned out to be 22 long quarters of the incredible Libs Elliott glaze, which was the most astonishing bundle of colour I've seen in a long time.
Spectrum rainbow, isn't it? You've got every colour conceivable in there.
So whereas when we had the Kaufman, they were glittery and every single one was like, they had sort of florals and this, that and the other. These are the same print but just in the most spectacular colourway. I love it, Jane. 22.
This is just absolutely an essential stash.
Well,
building
I don't
bundle.
know.
Because there's something in there that would go with everything.
I can only imagine, Jane. You know how Gemma underloads everything?
Yes.
I can only imagine that we cut everybody's orders and then cut 2 and forgot to actually tell anybody that we had 2 extra.
We had 2 extra, yeah.
It's the only way that I can imagine, because these flew out. Yeah. I've got 2 of these, and that's it. We've taken £20 off the price, by the way, just incidentally.
Oh, wow. Because aren't they something like
75 or 76 or something like that. So there's £20 off that price. I've only got 2.
Wow.
You either want it or you don't.
I don't know why you wouldn't want it.
I know.
It's like, yes, please, thank you. I have actually got a 1/2 metre each.
I know, Jane, I know. Have you used any of them yet?
No.
I just
strike them occasionally.
Yeah.
And go, oh, look, I've got this. when I'm having a sort out and I find a bag with some stuff in, I'm like, oh yeah, I've got all that. We found this bundle as well, didn't we, in there?
Yeah. Now this was it was called Bloom, wasn't it? And it was a lovely wall
Flower
hanging that you do.
box collection
Flower box.
it was,
Yeah.
and I think I did a hanging.
The Bloom flower hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've got one kit left.
Now, with the kit that we did the hanging with, there was a fat quarter of extra wide fabric,
Don't
which
have
we
that
haven't
anymore.
got anymore. So what you've got is the basics for that kit, but without the background fabric, which, you know, if you got yourself a metre of cream.
Well, that was all it was, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
You've got
effectively
plenty.
a cream.
So yeah, that's that. They're fat 8s, I think.
Oh, Gemma says it's more than £20 off. It should be £76.89 the glaze, and it's £54.99.
So you've got
22 odd.
12 pieces. That's part of the flower box, and then there's cottage cloth in here as well. Bit of linen texture. A little bit of batik in there. So there's 12 fat 8s, and then a long quarter of this beautiful cottage cloth. Look how
Oh,
that
that's
goes
lovely. That works
beautifully.
perfectly, doesn't it?
So again, you know, it's just a nice
When we said it had
collection.
fabric,
Oh, and there's a piece of bonded interfacing.
we had the background fabric that it had was a Lewis and Irene B one, wasn't it?
Yes.
But it was the tone on tone.
Yeah, Queen Bee, I think it was called.
So an ivory would do well. But if you just want to do a patchwork quilt with those in,
It's a lovely
Beautiful.
selection of fabrics.
and then I would bind it in that green.
Yeah,
Gorgeous. I have one of those, and
Just-
that is that.
sitting in a box waiting for somebody
I
to
know.
buy it.
They were in the same box, Jane.
Yes.
Simply says greetings. I love panels and I have a big selection of them. I don't always know what to do with them. Jane has done instructions on panels and stuff to do with panels. Because
We've had panels, yeah.
we've had people say that before. Derbyshire Dice this morning, wind has settled down here. Did you have? I was going to say, did you have
Have
bad
wind?
winds last night, Jane? I don't mean like
No,
that.
not really. It was wet. It rained quite a bit last night. But we haven't had the wind, look like.
Because my
I
friend
think we're just
moved
that
to
little bit
Scotland.
further down.
She's in the Outer Hebrides.
Oh my gosh, they're in the centre of the storm, aren't they there?
Mm.
Gosh.
During the school holidays.
Oh, all the fun.
It's like, I think that's a TV day. It's like,
Yeah, if you can get a signal, because the wind's probably blown the satellite out. When it rains really heavily at our house, the skybox won't play.
This goes.
Yeah, it's adverse weather conditions.
See, people laugh at DVDs at my DVD collection, but I'm all right on a wet and rainy day.
Yeah, we've got a DVD collection still.
Now, tomorrow we bring you Tilda fabrics in greys and bluey teal colours, like these colours,
Yes.
which incidentally would go so beautifully
You would.
with these,
They
because
would,
we've
they
got the
would.
snowmen that we're doing the snowmen tomorrow. So I just think that between today and tomorrow, if you're investing in these fabrics today and tomorrow, they are all going to work so beautifully together.
They will, yeah. There's a really lovely collection.
It's a beautiful
And it's
one.
Tilda.
I have got, after yesterday's show, Jane, I've got one kilo cork bundle left. That is it, of the cork ends.
Yes.
I'm seeing if I can get any more. I've messaged them. I've secured the amount that we sold yesterday. But I don't know if I can get any more. So there's one left. Comes with the pattern for the bag that we made yesterday.
Yeah.
So if you'd like that, please do get it. I'm going to get out your way so that you can make this. I absolutely adore it. Take it away. Oh, the quilt is actually up for sale as well. by the way.
Cool.
Gemma loaded it this morning and went, "Is that okay? You're not going to want to move it, are you?"
No. No, not really.
Okay.
What's it got on the back? I can't remember.
It's got the mint
Oh, yes, it's the mint.
chambray.
Because I did think I might have enough of the onion rings, and I hadn't quite. Because I thought the onion rings would have looked lovely. Couldn't remember then for a minute what I'd used.
Come on then. What do we do?
Maybe
I'm going to go out.
these
and
are
walk
good.
away. No.
It's ridiculous.
We got organised, didn't we, Jane?
Yeah.
And now we can't remember what we're doing or where.
Or what our name is. So it's a half log cabin block, really. And that's it. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye. No, it's it. It's on point. Now on point just simply means that the square becomes like a diamond. So, you know, you don't have to worry too much about anything, except with this fabric, I suddenly realised that the cozy bears were directional. And if I was going to put them on point, they'd look really odd if I didn't cut them on point. So I'm going to show you how to cut your squares on point. And I have done a little bit about that in the instructions as well.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the instructions can be used with any fabric. They don't have to be used with this collection. If you've got some fabric and you think, oh, this would look nice in that, you know, you can. That's the beauty of our patterns. They're not just for the fabrics, are they? They're for any fabrics. So, to cut on point, you need to cut at a 45-degree angle. Now, most rulers have 45-degree angle on them. See that there? So, it's got a nice 45 on it. So just rotate your fabric so that it is on point. Now, you're going to need to cut 6.5-inch squares. So just make sure that your first cut has a minimum 6.5-inch depth, so that you can get one from your first cut.
Jane, those nibs out, it's gone.
It doesn't surprise me. Just make it a little bit wider because you've got to take into account the cut the other way. So don't think, oh right, I'll cut that 6.5, I'll cut that up here. You might just get it, but you might lose a bit because you're going to have to straighten off the ends there. So just give yourself a little bit extra. Line up your 45-degree line on your ruler with the bottom or the top edge of your fabric and make your cut. Now you've got a 45-degree line, and you can cut your strips to the width that you need. So you line up your strip, with that cut edge. And you cut your strip.
A little update, I don't know if you can hear me over here. I've just managed to secure 10 more kilos of cork.
Oh, amazing.
I just had a message back there, they've just said, we'll see if we can find a slightly more economical way to ship them to you. As the shipping was about to cost me hundreds.
Oh my gosh.
Like, okay. I think you liked them.
I just cut the one end off to make it straight, lining up my ruler with the edge of the strip, and then you cut your squares to the size that you need. You'll have lots of hot triangles left over that you can use for smaller squares or other projects. I'm just going to cut another strip from here because I'm going to need to demonstrate 2 squares with this.
So I have 10 kilo bundles of cork left. That's it. That's all I can get.
Wow.
I know.
I think they must just be like, oh my god, what is she doing with all this cork?
I don't think they realise what we do.
No.
I don't think
Can you imagine? It's just like, oh, we haven't sold any bundles of offcuts, and then suddenly you come along and I think you probably wiped their warehouse out.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Now I've got 2 squares. You're going to need altogether, you're going to need 7 of the one and 6 of the other. You can decide which way round you want to do it. Now, I've done my quilt here, and what I'm showing you with is my leftover bits from, I took one quilt kit with me. So you can see, you'll see, you can get more from your kit than the number of blocks I've made. So therefore you'll be able to make more to make it bigger should you wish to. The one behind me is about 51 by 51, I think. So now we've got our bears on point so that when they're in the quilt, they're facing the right way. This fabric is multi-directional, so you don't have to worry about that. You just cut it in strips in the same way. I did think at first I was going to have to cut this on point as well, but I turned out I didn't need to.
Oh, they go all over the place, Jane.
Yeah, they're all over the shop. So, you are going to then cut your strips, and all the cutting instructions are in the recipe. I was going to say in the pattern.
It is kind of.
It is a recipe, isn't it? Because it's the ingredients for making a quilt. So when you're making with the Arctic Friends fabric, you don't need to worry about the direction for this, but this one you do need to think about it. So if you had the square facing you, you're going to put everything on the left hand side and the top. I tell you in the instructions to put it on the top and on the right hand side. So if you think about that, just make sure that when you've got your square, you just turn it so that the bears will be facing in the right direction. It's not complicated, you just have to think about it for a minute. So you're going to have, for the dark block, you've got your first dark band, then the light band, then the dark band, and then for the light block you've got light, medium and light. The bears' faces, the frosty gaze, they must have thought about this when they were designing it, because it does fit into a 2.5 inch width strip. I didn't fussy cut it, it just happily sat, so you do get your bears' faces.
Because I said to you, didn't I? Oh, Jane.
You
well
said, oh,
done.
you fussy cut that, and I said I didn't actually have to. I should have just said, oh yes, it took
so
me
honest.
hours.
So honest.
So you take your square, make sure your bears are facing the direction you need them to, and place your first strip on the top of your square, and then sew it on. It's all done with 1/4 inch seam. It's a really quick block. Once you've got your cutting done, you can chain piece it. So for the dark blocks, I've done 9. So I did 5 of the friends and 4 of the bears, and for the light block I did 4 and 2 and 2, so that they were alternating. You're just going to press that up and away. This is such a cute little iron. It's cute.
I love that. I bought a few for our viewers, and I think we've got one left.
I did starch this fabric really well before cutting it on point. I will just say that, because obviously now you were working with bias edges. That's the only thing I will say. So, and then your next strip goes across, and we said on the right hand side, but again just make sure that you've got your bears facing the right way. And that strip covers that strip that you've just made and the side of your square. I don't think you could get much of a simpler block unless you actually just cut squares.
It's a good place to start though. And
It is, it's
when
a
you see
great,
it put together.
a great beginner's. Ooh, just tip the water out.
Or did I not put the thing in properly?
No, I think it was me. I think I knocked it. Anyway,
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
matter. It's nice and damp, ready to it'll steam nicely. I might take long to dry out, will it, once you've ironed it a few times. Just press that each time and just pressing it away from the main fabric. So then we put our light strip on, and the light strip again will cover that original strip there and the strip that you've just sewn on. And just, it is directional, the bear's faces, so just think about that. Done one of them upside down on my demo, not on my actual quilt. I was careful with that. The demo one this morning when I was making the blocks, I was like, oh, I'm sewing that upside down.
These things happen. Some speedy going there.
Speedy, yeah. And you can chain piece this, of course. You can get all your strips cut and just do each section on all of them in one go. So that one, again, we're pressing it up and away from the main square. And then we put the next strip on, and again that covers that one that we've just put on and the side of the square.
Ginny's here, Megan's here, Claire's here. She has a winter grandson due on the 9th of December, so one has obviously fallen into her basket.
Yeah. Perfect.
Ginny's listening but not playing, as she's playing her embroidery machine.
Oh, lovely.
Helen says, what a lovely, crisp looking fabric. Yes, it is.
It is, it's lovely.
Julia
It's
says
art gallery fabric. It's almost like lawn, isn't it?
oh, it's just
It's such a beautiful fabric.
Nikki says you've got to love a stripy binding. Laura's here, good morning. Jan says, how is the clearance going? The clearance is going really well. Thank you for your help with our clearance, Jan. She's doing her best.
She is.
She leaves us lovely notes.
Yeah, she does.
I think she feels like it's charity work almost every time she buys from us. Yeah, clearance would be going better if I didn't keep buying more. Yeah.
It's very difficult though, isn't it, to clear stuff and then present a show when you've got nothing to, because you sold it all.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. But we're bringing you lovely things, so it's nice.
We don't feel bad about it.
No.
It just means that over the course of the next few weeks, even new fabrics are coming in at insane prices. These art gallery fabrics should have been over £9 a half metre, and we certainly haven't. We've charged like 2019 prices.
Wow.
I know, Jane, what can I say?
So the next strip goes on, and again it's covering so it fits along the square.
Oh, Anne's in Glasgow. She had to fold up the rugs and tuck the chairs against the fence. Still had to go and fetch the fire pit from the other side of the garden.
Oh no! Yeah, there'll be a few people that have inherited trampolines, won't there?
Yes.
Like, oh look.
My mum was saying the other day, do you think your children would like a trampoline? I'm like, I'm sure they would. But given that Emily's only just broken her wrist, do I want a trampoline?
Yeah.
Don't know.
It's all the fun.
Yeah. But no, the clearance is going okay. We are still discovering things as we go.
Well, we're clearing space, aren't we? And by clearing space, we're finding things that have been tucked behind other things, which is...
Yeah, and on the website, we now have like a final clearance, like 99p type page.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Our Friday deals were insane because of that.
Everybody wins, don't they? We get a nice clear warehouse that we don't have to move.
Yeah.
And everybody gets bargains.
And we get to start it all over again, that's the nice thing.
Yeah.
Because with the best will in the world... Oh, I've got 7 kilos of cork left now.
There we go. So that's the block.
Oh, hang on, Jane, I've got to change angles. Bear with me, caller. There. Oh, nice.
So you'll have 4 of this one, or maybe 5, and 4 of that one, or maybe 5. You can decide. You've got enough fabric to decide which way round you'd like to do it. And then you're going to make the light version So it's done exactly the same way. You've got your strips, exactly the same measurement. So you can cut all of these all in a bulk, and as I said, you can chain piece them. So again, just make sure that your bear is facing in the right direction. That's the only thing you've got to worry about on this really, is the direction of your fabrics. And if it doesn't bother you, then you don't have to worry about it.
I have just restocked the boning as well.
Oh, lovely. For the
I didn't
handles.
realise that had sold out again. I've had to restock that so many times now.
Just gives a nice, really professional looking handle, doesn't it?
The difference when it's in, yeah. And I was in Cornwall at the weekend, and the number of people that were like, "Oh, love that bag." Thank you very much.
Made it myself. It's a lovely feeling when you say, "Yeah, I made that myself." So give that a press. Then you put your next strip on, and again, it's the measurements are there. They're worked out so that it's the right size to cover the strip each time.
Jane, that's some seriously speedy sewing that you're doing this morning.
It's just straight lines, it's quite straightforward. And again, I'm just making sure that my penguins are facing the right way. They're not standing on their heads. And they're slippering down the slope of the mountains. There we go, press that away. It's quite easy to finger press and then give it a good press at the end. You can really whiz through if you do that. And then this one on. And then your final strip, which goes on the side. So this is the light block, if you like, and you're going to make 4 of these, as I said, 2 with the bears and 2 with the Arctic friends. Go. So you'll end up with all your blocks. I've got some, you'll have, as I say, you'll have 2 of your Arctic friends in the light and 2 with the bears. I did 4 of the bears, but you might want to do 5, and I did 5 of the Arctic friends. So then when you come to sew them together, your background fabric is going to be cut, you're going to cut triangles from it. So you start off with what will be the side triangles. You need a large square, give that a press. Again, measurements are all in the instructions. And you're going to cut this into quarter square triangles. Now the reason we cut it into quarter square triangles is that will give you the long edge that goes out on the outside. That will give you the straight of grain of the fabric and prevents it stretching too much. So we're going to cut them through both diagonals. Now you may find, and quite often you will find with a large square like this, that your ruler doesn't go all the way across. And it's quite easy, just take your time, line it up, make sure it is in line. Quite often you'll have a line on your ruler, on your mat rather, that you can line up as well. So you can line up your 2 points from there to there. So that also helps you. You see I've got the diagonal there and there. So you can line that up, and you can always start with a bit of the ruler on your mat, so that you can put your rotary cutter on your mat to start cutting. Go up your ruler to about halfway, walk your hand up the ruler and slide your ruler, don't move your rotary cutter. Slide your ruler and then carry on cutting. Don't move your fabric, move your body position, and then line your ruler up again. You'd be very hard pressed to do it on your rotating cutting mat because they're not quite big enough. So it's just a case of just moving your body from one side. Always cut away from yourself. And again, we're going to about halfway and then slide the ruler up and across. And that makes 4. And you're going to do 2 squares like this, so you'll end up with 8 triangles altogether. And these are your side triangles. Your quarter square triangles are your side triangles. Then you'll have a smaller square and 2 of these, and you're just going to cut these in half. These are going to be half square triangles, and these are going to be your corner triangles. Now you might wonder why half squares and not just make all quarter squares. The reason for this is these are going to be in the corners, and so now we've got the straight of grain on both sides for the corner of the quilt. And this just prevents, when you come into quilting, it just prevents it stretching the quilt and making your binding wobbly, because if you pull your binding against a biased edge, you're going to end up with wobbly binding. So you start off with a dark square and you make a corner, and that's quite simple. You've got your square on point, you're going to put one of your triangles on your left hand side of your dark strip. Just fold your triangle in half, give it a little pinch there, fold your square in half, give that a little pinch, and then you've got those 2 pinches there. Line that up, and that ensures that this triangle is in the middle of that square. You'll then press that away, and then you'll add on 2 of your quarter square triangles, and they need to face in towards the half square triangle. So it's creating, in effect, a larger triangle. You can see that. So that's your first row.
How you've quilted them, so you've carried on the lines.
Yeah,
and
just echoed with 2-inch wide bands of straight stitch quilting. So that's your top corner, so row 1. The bottom corner is done exactly the same way, but this time you're going to place your triangle on the bottom of the square, against the square in your block. You don't have to worry about a halfway point because that's that seam. So if you fold your triangle in half, give it a pinch, that seam there is the halfway point of the block. So you pinch up with the seam and your triangle will be in the middle. And this time your triangles want to face outwards and upwards, away from the block. Again, you're forming a triangle, and that's row 5. Row 3 is a dark and a light, and I alternated my blocks at this point. I haven't got another dark. Yes, I have. So I've got my Arctic Friends, my Cozy Bears in the light, and then my Arctic Friends in the dark. Sewed those together. You're going to make two rows like this, and then one row you're going to have your quarter square triangles, and they're going to face upwards like that on both ends, so they both face in. So the other one will go, if this was the end of the row, it would go like that, so they face inwards. And then on the other row, you're going to have them facing the opposite way. So they face outwards, if that makes sense. It's in the instructions, it's more concise in the instructions with photographs to help. And then
like this.
That's your second and fourth row, and then your fifth row, and I would have, on mine, I've got a Cozy Bear on there. So it goes Cozy Bears, Arctic Friends, Cozy Bears, Arctic Friends, Cozy Bears. Light, dark. And you put your corner squares, your other two corner squares, half square triangles, onto the ends of each of those. So on each end. And then when you join the rows in numerical order, it creates the square. Now I joined row 1 and 2 together and row 4 and 5 together, and then I joined row 3 to row 2, and then I joined row 4 to the bottom of row 3. That just prevents it all stretching and going out of shape. But it's a really quick, nice make, and it grows so quickly. It looks bigger than it is because the blocks are on point.
We have sold more than half now of the what are they called? Panels.
Fabulous.
And some of you were asking, could you have a bit more of the fabric cut to order so that you could put some fabric round.
Make it bigger.
Yeah. So put a little bit more cut to order of those fabrics.
Lovely.
As well, and I think we're about halfway through the quilt kit as well.
Amazing.
So if you are loving this today, and that is the aim of today, is to make sure that you get these fabrics however it is that you want them, because we don't want to move them. So we love them, we've loved making with them, and I think Jane has done an absolutely cracking job with this beautiful, beautiful quilt. It is beginner friendly.
It is very beginner friendly.
And stunning, and that's going to adorn anybody's bedroom beautifully.
The thing about beginner friendly quilts is if you're an experienced quilter, it's a nice quick make, a nice weekend make. And if you need to make a quick quilt for somebody, like a baby shower, or somebody needs a quilt hug, somebody might be having treatment or something like that, it's a great project to have in your stash.
Yes.
So that you've got that quick quilt to make for people that...
A friend of mine's daughter is in hospital at the moment, and we wish her a very, very speedy recovery. She's wired up the wrong way around.
Yeah.
So all the veins are going the wrong way and out. Like, it's quite amazing, but it's all, so they're trying to like reroute everything and take it. So it's like a big operation.
Yeah.
But and she's the same age as Freddie or a year younger? I can't remember. But there or thereabouts, 10 or 11. So a big operation for a little one.
Yeah.
And she's been given, well, they let her in the recovery room have a lovely, like, purpley, Harry Pottery, witchy type quilt, and she's just fallen in love with it. And she thought and her mum said, oh, I think she's going to be so sad when she has to let it go. But actually they've said she can keep it. And so these sorts of quilts are things that they have those recovery things.
The Liners Project does quilts for hospitals for that sort of thing, so that they've got a quilt that they can take home with them. And
you never realise that's going to mean the world to her, because she's going to remember that forever. That's
it's important support for her. Yeah.
So these quilts make a difference, and I don't know that we always realise that.
We had an exhibition in one of the local churches, and there was a local artist came, and he was exhibiting his paintings and sculptures, and it was only taking up half the church. And so one of the church people said, "Oh, would you put some quilts together to hang in the other half of the church?"
Yeah.
And they said, just to fill the church up. And we were like, well, it's another form of art.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is artwork. They are precious.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people forget the art side of it as well. Yes, it is a hug, and yes, it's there to be used and made as a tent or a Superman cape or whatever. But at the same time, it's art.
Oh, for sure. But it's usable art.
Yes, expression.
Rather than ones that you just have to look at and go, oh, that's pretty, and move along.
Yes.
This is transportable, movable, huggable, lovable art.
Yes.
And that's really special. Tangible art is incredibly special. And I'm just looking at the set and thinking, how absolutely beautiful that quilt is with those whales.
Yes.
And all of a sudden you've got quite a sea-themed...
Yeah, you make the whales to have with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
It's lovely. Just really gorgeous. So, it is that easy, isn't it, Jane?
Yeah.
Yeah. So grab what you need. If you want any of the cork, grab that. Grab these bundles, because when they're gone, we're not getting any more.
No.
It goes very beautifully if you want to get any extra for the backing with the mint chambray.
Yes. It does.
We can highly recommend that.
Or you might want to put a bit the extra wide Liberty on the back of it.
Ooh.
Because there's a lovely minty green one of those.
There is. There's also a lovely grey.
Yes, which would look stunning.
Yes. Ooh, Jane,
Yes,
I
we've got
keep
those lovely
thinking-
extra wide. There's not much of them left,
No.
but
No, we're running
there are
very
a
low on
few
those.
of those.
When you think how much arrived of those,
Oh gosh.
and the weight when we had to lug them around the place.
Yes, because they're big bolts. They were big bolts. They're not so big now.
Quite big bolt. So tomorrow we are all about the more winter fabrics.
Yes.
We're not doing Christmassy shows at the moment per se. I know that there are lots of places that are doing Christmassy shows, but for us we're doing more winter fabrics that you don't have to put away.
Yes. Yeah, they're not so season based.
Yeah. And that are just rather lovely. So tomorrow we make snowmen, Jane.
Lovely.
Out
Do
of
you want to build a snowman?
exactly that. Yes, we do.
And I can sing it because it sounds nothing like anything that might be copyright.
Just the words.
Just
sound
the
similar.
words sound
It's all
similar.
good. So there we are, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching this morning. We will see you tomorrow with beautiful Tilda fabrics. In fact, Tilda fabrics are going to be a little bit of a theme over the next week or so.
Nice.
Just to give you a little hinty hint. So
I know
yes.
what's coming. You'll love it.
I'm
Oh,
so
it's
inevitable.
gorgeous.
Thank you ever so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.
Bye bye.